Hey, I know what we haven't done in a while. Keyboard abuse. Let's start the stream with that. It's like no one's ever around at the start anyway. So I might as well just fuck with it. What have we got? It's one of those songs where you really get the impression that it is just full-on sequence music and it's never supposed to be played by human hands. Anyway, let's try and start the fucking game. I'm going to have to set the machine up first. There's no CMOS battery in this thing. And we do have the camera shit going on. I can't do anything about it. I sort of sat here for 5 minutes and tried, and in the end I've just got to be like, you know what? I can't do anything. OBS is just useless. It's doing it again. It's not nagging me about updates, so I'm guessing it's probably updated on its own. And we're fucked. Yeah, it uses like 65% of my CPU now instead of like just fucking 55, so... Oh, that fucking figures, doesn't it? Why does software have to update? And what the point? Why does it update itself? You just get things working, and it fucking breaks. It was slave, yeah, it was. Because this isn't going to boot off that flash card. This actually has a solid-state hard drive plugged into the board. The machine is that thing there. It's not even like the size of like a hard drive. It's tiny. I need to play with these. I'll turn that on. There are some things that are probably going to be a little bit wonky, but I'm not too worried. Should turn these off though, because I don't know. I don't think it'll interfere with the sound, but we know how flaky Quake is. We're probably best to give it the best shot we can give it. Oh, that draft from that fan's nice. It's kind of warm. It's too warm. Come on, you piece of shit. Can I put something there, maybe? Force it to update. It's weird. Why? I want to know why it does it. It's not like the camera has any way of knowing how close I am to it. If objects are, like, close to the camera, will it force it to keep running? Shit. It's nearly stabbed my fucking hand. No, it has to be moving. Am I not moving enough? Come on, you fucking fuckhead. Anyway. Yeah, this thing... oh yeah, my Ethernet cable's not plugged in. Everything but the sound card here is on board. I'd have to mess with the plug-and-play system to get that card off of IRQ9. Maybe we'll do that later on. But that's not the priority for now. The priority for now is getting Quake to run. Let me try some at first. Because I put this here. Oh dear. Oh yeah, yeah, look at the memory readout there, 256K. I know what it's going to do here, there you go. I didn't even build this machine and it does the same fucking thing. That's id code for you. So no id are the best at coding, like, it's totally reliable. Totally reliable. Fuck me, it's warm. Oh, no music. Wow, I'm so fucking sad about that. That's, smoke. That gets the camera running. I see. All I need is like a flashing light. I have an idea. Oh shit, it would help if I had game audio, wouldn't it? Where is that anyway? Like, where's the cable and where's the... Obviously I've tested nothing prior to streaming, aside from setting the machine up before. It would be over there, wouldn't it? I should be able to move this while it's running. Like, there's no moving parts on this machine, so I'm not scared of moving it, you know. Worst you can do is rip a cable out. Well, yeah, because essentially this thing is a DX2 133. That's essentially what it is. It's like a 486 DX2 running at 133 megahertz. It doesn't tank this bad in the game from what little I tested. Just give me a moment. I'm going to go and grab something and see if I can solve the problem with this camera. I've had an idea. It's a rather odd idea, but it might just work. So apparently it doesn't care about that. It only cares if my hand's close. It's weird, I don't get it. I really don't understand. It only happens in OBS. Because OBS is fucking broken again. Every fucking update I get it to work and then it fucking breaks again. If anyone has any ideas, do let me know. Let's have a look at this. Let's see how it does. Well, that's not that fast, really. I can play it like this. It's fine. It goes faster once you get in the level, most of the time. There'll be some more complex architecture that's going to chunk it. If you can get a frame rate counter up in this, and anyone knows how to do it, then by all means let me know. So I'd be interested to attempt such a thing, like to see what it's actually doing, but I don't think Quake has that. So now we start with the first problems with this game. It's really hard to control, and it has fucking stupid no use button. Also the texture alignment's kind of crap. I mean, let's be honest, that's not a good starting area, is it? It's not a good advert. Everyone else has kind of got the hang of that by now. Then again, the tools to make levels in this are like impossible to use. It's a wonder they made maps at all. I'd put some music on, but I don't think it'd fit with the game. And I don't really want to get done for copyright infringement, you know? That's really strict now, that system. I don't want to mess with it. Fuck's sake, man, I can't believe I'm playing this shit. Why have I fucking done this? Why did I think this was a good idea? For what fucking reason? Stupid fucking... Oi, camera, work up. Yeah, that gives us like 200 health, but like it's not a great secret because you've got to backtrack. And I don't want to backtrack. Fuck's sake, man. Nothing use a fucking... It's the lack of use button that pisses me off. It's pissing me off already. I ain't even been playing the game a minute and it's already fucking annoying me. What the fuck? Where did that come from? I don't remember that. All them been in here. Well, it's not bound to a mouse by default. Why would I use one? I don't have a mouse hooked up. I don't think I have a driver for it on the hard drive either. I don't think I've ever played this game with a mouse. I mean, the controls are weird to start with, like... You know, I have to remind myself in my head that, like, space is jump and not the A button. It's really fucking weird. Because the resolution's so low as I can hardly tell what I'm looking at. What was that? Is there a crosshair in this? No, there isn't. Okay, well, that's just fucking wonderful. Could really do with one, especially at these shit resolutions. Because for some reason Quake only sports like 320 by 200, even though like its contemporaries were generally much higher, like at least double. I can't be dealing with that, man. I never played it like that. It doesn't set the keys up that way by default, so it's obviously not what the developers intended. Don't expect me to get secrets in the other levels, I only, like, remember where these are. Lighting's probably going to tank it a little bit, but... It's probably the only 4860 X2 you're going to be able to run Quake like this, so... I've never gotten in there without using fly, because... Oh fuck, what are you even shooting at? You ain't gonna hit me from there, you fucking idiot. Everything sounds like it's puking in this. I already got the quad damage. It's already been used up. Yeah, that stupid thing, I've never gotten in there. I don't know how the fuck it's supposed to work. Like, it almost looks like there's a ledge over there, but there really isn't. It's just fucking grainy resolution this game runs at. And you can't land on there. I don't even know if that sticks out or it just looks like it. It's the movement's better than it was in Doom, a bit. I'll give it that. It doesn't move like a car, but there's nowhere to swim down, so that's kind of a problem. Like, it's weird. You've got to sort of use the look keys, but not for going upwards. So I don't understand that. Seems like a bit of an oversight. So half the time you're just waiting for him to slowly fall in the water. It's kind of dumb, let's be honest. You can't go on top of that, man. Hold on a second. I'll prove it. Watch. You can't get up there, it's too high. Quake guy can't jump that high. So, that ain't gonna work. Because I always thought that, but it doesn't work. So, I don't think I can tamper with the graphics clock anymore. Here's the problem, because these are industrial machines. Yeah, it's going to be pure luck though. I don't fancy chances of getting up there on purpose. What have I done with that fucking thing? I don't know. It appears it's been misplaced. That's not a big deal, but yeah. I have an external graphics card for this, but it doesn't work with it. It doesn't like this system, and they're really expensive and hard to find, so I don't think I'll ever get another one. So this is just the inbuilt graphics, which unfortunately really are designed for like industrial purposes, and so they're not that fast. It's kind of a shame, because ST actually like rigged the graphics chip to its own fucking dedicated bus on the CPU and everything, so it can access it really fast, but It's just not a great graphics solution. It's sort of a waste, but I guess they just didn't clock, you know, it's not like Intel Atom shit yet. Certainly, I would think it's a forerunner of them, I really do. It's much closer to things like that than pretty much any other SoC of its time. It's very impressive. I don't know how many of these there are operating in the world at the moment, but probably more than you think. Like, I bet there are still a load of these in factories somewhere. This game just perpetually switches you between weapons as well. You'll pick a weapon up you already have, but the game still switches you to it. It's like, I don't want to use the fucking thing. I don't think you can stand on that light. I think it just pushes you off. Because it has that weird skateboarding around in syrup kind of physics that games had at this time. It was really annoying. There's one thing I really like about the build games is that they don't have this shitty movement there like this. It's still better than Doom. It doesn't feel like I'm driving a go-kart around, but I never set the contrast back up on this monitor, did I? There we go. So you speak of ST shit, ST's DACs when they're hooked up to the Seng 4000 tend to produce an image that's a little bit over bright. The thing is, this game runs fine at this frame rate because the enemies in it are only animated at like this frame rate, so I'm sure I remember that thing with drop, like pulling back. Maybe it doesn't. Oh shit, there's a dude behind me. In all fairness, the AI hasn't been that threatening. Didn't know that was there, but I'll take it. I do kind of like his face icon in the... Oh, why isn't it jibbing them? Come on, man. I want jibs. Oh, that's a little bit better. Fucking pig cop bastards. Don't chug too hard, game. Come on. Ran better than this when I was testing it. I really shouldn't screw with like crap bog monsters in here, isn't it? Oh, that dies easier than I remember it. Oh man, my fucking frame rate, man. Come on. I think it's the quad damage that's doing it. Yeah, it's a little better without that. There we go. And this game so needs music. It is actually weird not having music thinking about it, but it never had music. It never worked. I don't have a CD drive hooked up to this, but it makes no difference because it just doesn't have music on the CD. I don't know why. No idea what the reason is. Yeah, so I've heard, but... Jeez. This thing's fucking awful. Yeah. I can't believe I'm playing this fucking game. Look at this fucking thing here, man. This door would lead back into the area we're going into now. The layout doesn't make sense. It doesn't really matter. Never did, but... Man, it ran better than this when I was testing, I swear. I must have fucked a setting over somewhere. But why? That's the question. Give me my fucking rocket launcher. Yes, I have a weapon there, see? Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Why is it running worse, though? I may restart the system after this, try and figure out what's going on. I did test on easy mode, maybe that's a factor. Maybe we'll just put it on easy. Try and get around this, you know. We might have to. It ain't running so good. I do have the Pentium Overdrive to hand, the 83 MHz one, if this gets too bad. So I can always plug that in if this becomes intolerable. It's not bothering me yet, but... You can actually see the level of detail change on the models, look at that. That's pretty fucking rough, thinking about it. I'll never understand the whole argument for 68k, because it really was a dead end, that architecture. Like, it was brilliant in its time, but it just doesn't really seem... Once you start approaching those speeds, it starts looking a bit like the 286, like it's just not going to go any farther. And I didn't save the game, that's wonderful. I expect to be taken down by one enemy like that. Yep, of course, I've got basically no fucking weapons, thanks game. That's just fucking glorious, I am so fucking happy about that. Fuck you, fuck your chainsaws, and fuck your missiles. What the fuck? Oh yeah, of course this dude's here, isn't he? Let's knock him down before the fucking frames wreck. Jesus Christ. Well, rockets are no use to me. I don't have a rocket launcher. Yeah, it probably was, but... once the 90s came, it was kind of done, that architecture, really. Like, it just wasn't going to go any further. It had a good run, though. But like I say, it was good in its time, 68k. Just, it doesn't seem like it had anything left in it beyond about 33 megahertz. It's just sort of dead ends now. Well, it still got used for other things, and they used to stuff it on really shit sound cards that were expensive. Turtle Beach loved the fucking thing. Maybe that'll give us slightly better frame rates. I mean, it's not really affecting the game in any negative way to have that there, so... Right. Ooh. I like this tunnel. Tunnel of lag. Yo, lag. See, that was... Fuck off, zombies. You know what, they're just fucking ammo cushions, aren't they? Let's be honest. Not much point shooting them, they just get back up again. I know I can blow them up, but why would I want to waste my ammo? Yeah, it ended up, it's kind of sad when you think about it. It just ended up really being the 6A EC fucking whatever, like, got used all the time. Yeah, what the fuck? Suck my dick, you ogre cunt. Well, that's good design. They gave us a med kit, like, to make up for their bullshit. That's good. Yeah, I don't even know about the 06R. I didn't know that was a thing. I think the EC I was on about's cut down because it's just like a controller, really. It's like used as. But why do I remember there being bullshit here? I don't know. I remember there being bullshit here, man. Why are there saves? I've never played this. What even are these? I remember the top one. That's the final boss. Oh, I thought we had a crash then. Well, fairness, it hasn't crashed yet. Game hasn't crashed yet. That's a good thing. That's maybe it's improving over Doom a little bit. So there's problems starting instead. It's early days though. We're only like 25 minutes in. It may fucking crash yet. We'll see. Another cigarette. The game stresses me out. Like Doom does. I thought that was the use button. That must be the bullshit I remember. I hope it is. I hope there's no more. Okay, well maybe I stand here. Everything sounds like it has stomach problems in this game. Oh, my stomach. Jeez. It definitely ran better than this when I was testing. I must have forgotten to throw a setting somewhere. Jeez, man, this room's bad. I don't like this room. Let me out of it. Will you fuck off with the zombies? They're just lag makers, man. They don't help us at all. Oh yeah, isn't there some bullshit where zombies that are, like, knocked down don't blow up? Because that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is the bullshit room where it's like, I'm going to crush you. And it's like, no, I'm not. Because there's an obvious slot in the wall where this thing goes. You know, I'm honestly amazed they could even have moving geometry in this game. It's such a primitive game otherwise compared to what came before. Oh, like bog monsters. Oh, shit. Oh, come on, man, that's not fair. I can't outrun him. -1 for design already. That's nice. This is going to annoy me, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to jump on there. Yeah, let's just abuse the fucking rockets. Maybe if we get rid of some of them, the frame rate might improve. Oh, come on, man. What else am I supposed to do? It's not that. It's if they're knocked down already, they can't be blown up. You have to wait for them to get up again before you can explode them, which is just fucking dumb. It's like that thing in Blood where if the cultist's not awake, he can't be killed. He just sort of gets knocked around by the dynamite a bit and takes no damage from it. Just switch it now. I wonder what it does. I don't remember that. That actually seems to make the frame rate worse. This is slow, come on. This room literally exists just to waste my time. I'm going to use rockets. I've got plenty of them. Grenades on them. Oh shit. What the hell? He just fucking dodged in mid-air. Okay, so the game's bent. Let's just use the shotgun. Hang on. Do I even have to do this? No, I don't. Okay. Well then, let's not do that. Let's just leave the level. Oh no, all I've switched it. It gives me more health. That's generous. Well, there we go. That was easier than it fucking appeared, because we can just leave the level rather than screwing around with fucking... Use the fucking look key in this piece of shit. That's it. He's dead. But somebody stop that damn match! You know, there's no crouch button in this game, right? That annoys me. There needs to be a crouch button. I suppose we shouldn't expect one. It took this long for id to realise that you could have look buttons, which they put in a really weird spot, and jump buttons, but I mean, we had to sacrifice a use button to do it, so... You know, at this rate, the next time we get the game, we might get a crouch button, but then we might not have, like, a turn button or a strafe button. We'll probably lose the strafe button and put that in, you know. And if we keep going, then maybe eventually we'll get the functionality that other games have. But I mean, I don't know. It's just what the progress seems to suggest that id were making. It's very interesting. It's kind of like 3D FX levels of progress. 1 steps forward and fucking 2 steps back. Nobody gets too far like that. I'm definitely going to reset the machine after this level, see if I can... Isn't there a way in? I don't think this game had DLC, did it? I don't know of any expansions existing for this game. I think they just went on to Quake Sucks. Come on, man. Deal with the weirdest fuck controls, like swinging with the look button is just fucking weird. Like, I've never heard of that anywhere else. That is like a uniquely Quake thing, as far as I'm aware. I know there's some later games where you can sort of direct it with the mouse, but this doesn't feel the same. It just feels awkward here. How the fuck did you get that? Okay, well I guess we're going up here now. I didn't know this was here, but I'll take it. Get me away from them fuckheads down there. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice. It's just what I want on a precarious platform. You aren't chainsawing me today, buddy. Of course, the ammo goes off the side. Because it can't just drop the ammo. It has to, like, launch it. It has to be like, no, you're not getting my ammo. I'm going to throw it as far as I possibly can in just a random fucking direction. When realistically, dropping it where he stands would make more sense, because when you think about it, the Quake guy would, like, there's the temperature on this, it's fucking cold. Figures the thing uses about 4 fucking watts. But, you know, because realistically, he wouldn't launch his ammo. It would be, like, on his person when he's dead. So, it sounded like a guy walked up behind me then, but, yeah, you know, so a Quake dude would just be rummaging, like, on his corpse to pick it up. So it doesn't really make sense that they throw it. What do they even drop anyway, these guys? Rockets. Does that gun actually use, Oh, it will be. Oh, fucking... I don't think this machine's really meant to do this sort of stuff. Yeah, considering we're playing the game on, like, a single chip from the 1990s, it's not doing too bad. You know, single chips weren't really well established yet. Of course, has to spawn a bit of insult to injury. This is the next one, that terracotta looking level. I'm out of nails. That sucks. Of course we're going to have a dickhead to deal with. My position in the map is a little ambiguous when the frame rate's doing this. You know, I'm sort of having to think where I am in my head rather than see it. You know, I'm like visualising the level in my mind. If the low frame rate's irritating, I will break out the other machine. Like, you know, so do let me know if it's like really bad. I am going to try and improve it in a minute, but I don't think I can. I think it's just running worse because I've turned the difficulty up and there's more shit going on. What gets me with Quake is why the fuck does it need a floating point unit anyway? Like, terminal velocity doesn't need one, and it runs way better than this, so why do they need a floating point? What are they doing? Because the render doesn't look that good. And plus, the fact terminal velocity runs at higher resolutions than this, as far as I'm aware. It does, it runs at SVGA resolution. It still runs better than this. So. Fuck's sake. There is like Doom. We've got mandatory damage, and of course they fire again. You bastard game. So again, id have learned pretty much nothing from previous outings here. I mean, figures, they never seems to, so why would today be any different? I gotta get over there as well, I guess. I'm about to run out of nails again. Well, I don't doubt it's used for the renderer, but why? Like, why does it need one? It's not... It looks worse than games that don't need one, so... Why does it need one? It shouldn't. That's the... You know, you gotta wonder whether somebody paid them off. This is... Has it? Hang on, so is that mandatory or not? Does this damage me? I'm curious. Yes, it does. A lot. Let me out. Ah, yeah, I remember the blue water now. This fucking room. Well, yeah, I know it's like heavily optimised for the Pentium, but still, why? Why an FPU for such simple geometry and like sort of that wobbly animation? Like, why? Why does it need one? It shouldn't need one to do this. It's not doing anything that complex. As a terminal velocity runs at higher resolutions, looks better than this. You know, granted it's mostly just terrain, but I don't see why this needs an FPU. Like, you know, the way it renders things isn't that much different, like, the outcome, surely. Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. I don't think I can. I think I set all the settings I could set. I did. I don't think we can... That doesn't do anything, surely. That probably just makes it worse. There's no cache settings to play with because you don't have level 2 cache on this. It's a cacherless for it. It has level 1 cache. It has no level 2 cache whatsoever. I think it probably even, yeah, only has internal cache options here. They didn't even leave one in. Tell this was a very late 486 with the default date being all the way out in 2005. It's a 486 from 2005. Hello camera, you still with us? Yeah, you are. Okay. I don't think it's going to go any faster. Like I said, let me know if it is annoying and I will switch machine. I might have to cheat my way back to the level I was on. Yeah, I would have to cheat. Well, I don't know. I could put the flash card in the Presler. Hey, camera, work up, you bastard. Fucking OBS. Maybe if I move it. What the fuck is a brofist? If I am, I'm not doing so intentionally. Oh look, it's fine now! Like fucking magic. I can still see the machine. I should have just left it there. Right, let's see. How's the temperature? That's fine. Oh no, my MAC address is on. You know, oh fucking hell, I'm supposed to censor that, aren't I? You know, I'm supposed to be like, no, you can't look. My MAC address. Don't do that. There we go. You can't look at my MAC address. That's a secret. That's not allowed. Why do people do that when it's for like a nick? I don't understand. Like, when it's a local network, what's the point? Oops. Got to type that or it won't change directory. Maybe we can turn the audio sample rate down. That might help. I mean, I doubt this ESS chip that this thing uses is the most CPU efficient thing. It can't be any worse than a Sound Blaster. And the thing is, Quake only supports Sound Blasters, which is really, really weird. Oh, yeah, but if somebody really wants to fuck with you, they're gonna do it. Like, you know, if somebody's dedicated enough, they're gonna do it anyway. And having like the MAC address of fucking local Ethernet adapter is like just not gonna help them unless they're in your network already. Like, as in they've got a fucking cable running out your window, which I think that you're gonna notice. Where the fuck is the load game? But we'll do it that way. That's odd. Is it running slightly better? I'm not sure. The Quake dude is a weird looking dude though. He's a really strange looking guy. Fuck off. Like, the sword is probably the most damaging fucking weapon. And we never get to use one. We do get an axe though. Well, usually, but I mean, maybe not. If they want to mess with you, they're not going to ask, are they? They're just going to cause whatever shit they want to cause. And just hope you don't notice. Isn't there a really fast way to do this? I mean, there is all of them, but I'm sure I remember some particular path that you could take in this level that was ridiculously quick. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, well, you see, that's one thing I can understand not showing is like the ID of a Wi-Fi network. It's just purely because like that can probably be used to get a rough location on somebody. But I mean, I just, you know, it's not something ever really seems to show up in videos, so it's not something I've ever really had to think about. I have posted a screenshot somewhere of like some of the other Wi-Fi networks that are visible here, but like you'll have a hard time finding like where they are, because if you go a couple of miles away you get the same names again because they're just the default name of the fucking stock router the ISP provides. And there's no unique characters in it, it's just like the brand and model of the router. And it makes me wonder, like, how people get anything done. They're all on channel 1 with the same fucking ID, and it's like, how is this even working? Not my problem, I'm on, like, channel 13, fucking 14, whatever, so I ain't gotta worry about this. Enjoy your slow Wi-Fi, dickheads. That's fine, you know, stupid people deserve, like, the shit that they get for things like that. The fact that their internet goes slower than mine because of that, that's like, that's karma. That's serve them right for being fucking dumb. And it's because of things like that I think you should need a license to operate a computer system. Like, I'm generally against restricting people's access to things. Hang on, are you telling me coming in here was a waste of my time? I think it is. Yeah, it's on a 486 DX2, man. With, like, integrated graphics. It ain't gonna be that fast. Yeah, I only have like 2 Wi-Fi points running, and so, you know, one's on like channel 13, one's on like channel 6 or something. I can't remember exactly now, but the second one's only there because some devices really don't like connecting to like the higher channels. I don't understand why. It's like people's phones and shit just won't do it. Mine actually doesn't. Mine only connects to, like, the first few channels without throwing a fit or going really fucking slow. And what's odd is, like, I'm told it's like a US thing, but the only devices I have that work best on channel 13 are devices I imported from the US, so go figure. Probably just another case of they use like shit quality parts for the UK version. It seems to be the case. I mean, was it the 8540 or so? I'm sure it was like my old laptop, the 8540W. The specs are actually different for the UK model. It has like a weaker CPU, like in the UK version. I had weaker ones available. It didn't go as far. It uses a slightly different motherboard, but it has the exact same model number. It's quite common for things like that to happen. It seems to be getting less common now, but it's pretty annoying. So come on then. Why do I gotta be stuck in a dark age in this nation? It's shit. Yeah, well, no one else around here is using those fucking channels, and that's why I'm on them. I'm the only person on the fucking road who's using, like, that Wi-Fi channel. Well, that was totally fucking fun, wasn't it, game? I'm not the only person in town using it, because I've got other people use it, basically, like friends and family and shit, you know, like, here, I'll change your Wi-Fi channel, let's bump it on to 13, you know. No one else on your street's going to be using this, no congestion. I'm amazed how many routers don't support it, though, like, just don't offer it as an option. I've seen quite a few where they seem to stop at, like, 11 or something. Unfair mandatory damage, man. Like, there's nothing I can do about that when I fall down the hole. How far back away? We're going to be a long way away, aren't we? I just know it. Oh, no, you son of a bitch! We can skip that room off to the side. Wait. Really? Like, get out of my way. I'm getting shot at. Oh no, he's getting shot at. Fucking hell, that fucking murders us. Oh, fuck. This game needs to fuck off with, like, the... Really? Really? Oh, man. I still hate this game. I still fucking hate it. I really don't like it. I don't like anything about it. I tell you one thing that's really puzzling to me is the fact that the audio system seems to top out at like 11 kilohertz. And that's really weird, like considering like the game came out in 96, but the audio support is like a game from like 92 or something. It's really odd. Like even Doom I think has like does have like a better audio system than this game. Which is what I mean about, like, you know, half a step forward and 2 steps fucking back. It's like, for everything that they technically improved, they made, like, 2 other things worse, or just flat out removed functionality somewhere. You know, oh, well, you finally got, like, one platforming button in the way of, like, a jump button. But the jump button's mapped in a really weird place, and fucking now you've got no use button, you know. I suppose really, like, this is why Quake 2 failed, because the logical progression would have been to put it on rails and just give the player no control at all. Like, that would have been the way forward. Yeah, but why? Like, again, why does it hit the CPU so hard? It really shouldn't, all things considered. I'm pretty certain terminal velocity would run just fine on this thing. At higher resolutions than this. The gold kit, what? I ended up with the silver one last time. Oh god, it's one of these fuckers. I hate these things. These things are fucking horrible. Oh, gross, kill it. Just fucking kill it. Oh, come on, that's not even fucking fair, you dickhead. Yeah, die. Nobody likes you, you white bastard. Oh, jeez, somebody's going to take that out of context. Well, usually I'm like saying hate for everything else, so, you know, I guess now that evens it out. Yeah, now we're in this room. But there's no point in going down there yet, because silver key, you know? Don't have one. Don't know where the gold key goes, I haven't seen that door. I probably have and forgotten. Shit, I can't walk. Door didn't shut, I don't know what I was maybe caught on the wall. Well, no, because, like I said, I think Doom has, like, a higher sample rate than this, and it supports more cards. This game only supports a Sound Blaster. Doom supports at least a few other things. Ah, fucking hell. Come on, there's no need to go so slow, is there? Right, that's the way we've just been. So I guess we'll go this way this time. Get the silver key. What? Oh, fuck off! That's trash game, you know it is. I really don't know, man. Just functionality loss. It just seems to come with id games. I mean, when you think about it, Doom technically loses functionality over Keen. Like, Keen has a fucking jump button and it has luck buttons in it. Doom doesn't. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, people have probably played it on AMD 586s, but those at least say 5 in them. This doesn't. Come on, are you going to let me past or not? What a load of fucking garbage. What a fucking con job! We just walked on armour, fucking became the snowman for a minute. I'm sure I had the silver key by now last time. Or maybe it was the gold one, I just remembered wrong. Why can't I have a chainsaw? I mean, we had a chainsaw in Doom. I guess it's more of this backwards, like, fucking loss of functionality. I better start abusing the save system, really. Oh, there was no dude behind me this time. Isn't that key door down there? It is. Well, let me ignore those fuckheads up there. Oh, jeez. That's not good. Get me out of there. Oh, shit. There's a dude this way. Bog monster. Bog monster. Die, bog monster. Die. That is a stupid enemy. Because the thing I remember out there is not only can you not outrun the fucking thing, but you can get cornered by it. Like, you know, it will push you in a corner and you can't get out of the corner. Son of a bitch. I guess I really should kill those guys. But there's an inherent problem with that idea. He just... No, he didn't go down. The inherent problem is the way the look keys work, in that I know it's going to reset at some point. It's completely random, but the game will get tired of looking up all on its own and recenter the view. You know what? That is just too fucking dangerous. I'm not dealing with it. Let's just try this method. What was I saying about the cornering? There you go, that's the cornering in effect. I didn't press save game, I pressed you son of a fucking bitch. Oh. Hits bullet sponge enemies, man. What the fuck? Where did you come from? Down you go, bitch. Maybe we can kill the bog monster from here at least. I guess not. Can I have the health packs, please? Fucking shit, man. How much damage do those things do? I hate those things. Fucking stupid. Get rid of this dipshit before... Really? Really? Are we gonna do this? It's the fact you even put the fucker behind me anyway. Like, it keeps doing that. It's not good design. That doesn't make it fucking clever. We spawned at the end of play. Yeah, fuck you. It isn't good design. It's stupid. It's annoying. Nobody likes that shit. It doesn't add anything to the game, so why do it? Shit. Ah! Why did I decide to do this? I knew it was a bad idea. I said it was a bad idea. I knew it was going to be a bad idea. And evidently it was a bad idea. I'd rather be playing fucking Street Legal than this shit. Oh, fuck you. Can I have the nail gun, please? Not like that, game. That's not what I meant. That hit the fucking thing, Jesus Christ. Awful, awful design. Awful design. Really awful design. How quickly can I move? Not very, but we'll try. Come on, get me out of here. Get out of there. What the fuck am I caught on? Right, now we only have this guy to deal with. Fucking level design in this fucking thing, man. I've got to say, we're going to take mandatory damage, aren't we? Why is the wall texture crooked here? Okay, there is a reason. Why would I want to go in that teleporter? I'm not taking it, I ain't going to do anything good. Back here, no, there's just some block of like, fuck knows, sand, I guess. Oh, jeez. What a fucking mess. I remember this level vaguely. Only vaguely. For fuck's sake. This weapon really is useless. I don't think the look keys are like sort of backwards as well. Just yeah, well, like I say, it's onboard video. It's like built into the CPU, and it sure as shit isn't meant for playing games. What the fuck is that? And fucking bolt in my pocket. I don't know what that's about. I don't know where that's from. I'll find out when I'm riding my bike and the wheel comes off. Can we recenter this? Does this have a recenter button? Yeah, it does. But it's end, which is weird. Should really be page up and page down. Oh, page up doesn't look the other way. The fuck? Hold on, so we have a look up key, no look down key, and a recenter key that... I don't understand. I really, really don't understand, like, its design principles. They just get worse with every fucking game. It still hasn't crashed yet, but... Well, what? This isn't going to do any good, is it? You're an idiot. No, of course it's not. We're just going to get chainsawed. I don't know what this does. Press it anyway. Might be good. Might not. Probably have to press it. But I mean, it's id syndrome that you have a bunch of buttons with no indication of what the fuck any of them do. This room's gonna tank, because this room tanked on my Cyrix fucking 686 already. It didn't actually run as bad as I thought it would. Jeez. Oh, let's play Quake on a 486. This is a brilliant idea I've had. It's kind of weird they use a shotgun as a pistol in this game, in effect. It's actually kind of the same issue Blood has, where there's not really weapons cut out for long range. There's no long range vector weapons, as it were. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off and die. Fucking bullet sponge, man. Is it? Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it would damage me. No, it didn't actually. I'm fucking surprised. Now this is where the... keys turn into runes. Well, prudes. Oh no, this is gonna suck. No, it isn't. You just gotta have some testicles to get over there, is all. Jeez, fuck. Yeah, I've never run into such a thing. We got Quake Sucks though. Doom 2 syndrome. Shotgun reload time is about a decade. Come on! Fucking hell. Yeah, well, progress has been made, at least, slowly. Opened elsewhere. Fuck. What did that do? Oh, fuck. Really? Oh, I'm locked in. How lovely. That deals with that fucking problem. Now where are we getting fucking lobbed at? Doesn't matter. There we go. Right, let's back that way. I see. Oh, come on. Son of a bitch. Oh, no, I gotta go back across this now. I do have the testicular capacity. Yes, I do. Oh, fuck you, bog monster. Oh, shit, yeah. Seems it can navigate sprite bridges. Ah, enjoy the lava. As this Quake, it probably doesn't damage him. I mean, it made this game. Yeah, great, everything else works that they put their fucking hands in, so... Can't see why this game would be any exception. Probably, basically, damages nothing but us. Well, the same thing happens in games I like Duke 3D. It's actually kind of dumb, even in those. I did say the testicular capacity. I think you're supposed to walk over that thing slowly. And here we are at like hardly any frames a second, and we'll just jump across it at full speed. Oh, bastard! Well, that's trash. There's nowhere to hide in this room. Putting medkits in the room doesn't make it okay. That wasn't good design at all. It's getting worse, isn't it? It started out kind of like passable. Like the texturing was shit, but the texturing's actually improved. But the design sort of just got worse in a way. It's interesting. Oh, this is a boss. And I use that term very loosely, because you know most FPS games, like good FPS games, like Duke Nukem 3D, right? You get to a boss, and it's like way harder than anything you've fought thus far. And like you have a fight with it. Well, that isn't how Quake works. How Quake works is you press some buttons, which is why I think that if Quake was done today, thing is like particularly funny to me. Because the thing is, you push the button to beat the boss. The game's already like that compared to the others. Like, really, when you look at how it handles, this is where console lighters started. I don't think it ever appeared on consoles in this form, but it feels way more like the games we got on consoles than, like, the fucking shit we had before. Like, it's just so oversimplified. And And these go back up right, so we have to run around again. I don't think we can step on them until they finish rising. And that's it, we just do this like 3 times or something, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know, it's been a few years since I was in here. It's kind of pathetic, really, let's be honest. What a fucking boss. And it's not... You know, the final boss is like even easier than this. Oh, this is going to end well. Is that him done? And the frame rate's gone up, so I'm assuming it is. Let's just cause electrics to come out like one more time. Can we jump in there? Let's not. Mandatory damage. I'm going to go in this side. And I've never understood why it spawns like those white fucking beaver guys. And then immediately kills them. It seems a little bit silly to me, but I guess the level designer was just bored. Don't ask me, I didn't design it. And there's episode 1 done. Already. That didn't take long at all. There's the corpse of the monstrous entity from sinks back into the lava whence it rose. You grip the rune of earth magic tightly. Now that you have conquered the dimension of the doomed realm of earth magic, I'm guessing this is the brain speed of people who are into this game.
Are you ready to complete your task? A rune of magic power lies at the end of...
Fuck! Gonna move on. Man, it's hard to play at that angle. No, I was just trying to kill time until the text was done.
You are ready to complete your task. A rune of magic power lies at the end of each haunted land of Quake. Go forth, seek the totality of the 4 runes.
Well, that's episode 1 done, so... Are we going to carry on beating the shit out of this machine, or are we going to move to the Pentium Overkill? So I'll keep trying to play it on this if you want, but it's up to you. Like I can move on to the Overdrive 83. Probably will get somewhat better frame rates. I mean, it is a Pentium. And it's technically slightly higher than the minimum frame rate, the minimum system requirements. It probably will be. It won't take me long to switch it over, I guess. Right, I'll finish this cigarette first. I'll just meddle with the machine in the meantime. Do I get to keep my weapons when I can? No, I don't, so we're not even going to lose anything. Other than, I guess, the game knowing that we've beat that, but I'm not too bothered about that. I guess I can get the save file back. This is on the compact flash card. It was the Pentium overkill solely because it just had silly overblown hardware in it. I don't think I've ever used it in a stream before, largely it's not a very useful machine. Mostly because of the soundscape and the spear showtime. Let's have a look at these credits. Who can I blame for this?I'm tempted to test terminal velocity on here really fast. Why not? If this thing behaves, we'll try terminal velocity really quick. Hold on. I don't want to turn the machine off. So I'm going to do something a bit dangerous now. I'm going to pull the flash card out while the machine's running. Let's have a look here. Alyssa. Alyssa, where are you? H Lanch WD. Let's see. P1575. This copy may be slightly broken, but it should work, so that's all that matters. Oh man, I can hear the fan speed ramping up in this thing. It's a warm day, so... And yes, the screen is yellow, that's not the camera. Of course, it's XP, so you're only going to get about 500k per second. There we go, that's done. Eject. No, it isn't. How about now? Try again. I'm guessing it's removed. Don't know. I think I gave it long enough. There we go. Turn that thing off before it burns the house down. And what is it? Dissipate like 300 watts into the room, like when it's running flat out. Let's put the card back in while the system's running. Which one's primary and which one's secondary? Well, we can but get it wrong, I suppose. Good, let's suggest it's not there. Oh, yeah. I don't think we're supposed to do that. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I may have to turn the machine off. Oh, that sucks. It's not writing to the drive when that's going on, is it? It's done it back on fast, but the capacitors on this are tiny. I wouldn't have thought that would be enough for it to maintain. Apparently it is. I don't know what the buzz was about, so don't ask me. There's definitely 50 Hertz like we just had. Oh no, that card. I'm not sure about the sound. We really would need sound to work. We can try. No, it works. Some games don't support like IRQ 2 and 9. Let's test this. See how it runs, then we'll put Quake back on. That's okay. We'll probably do Sound Blaster Pro. Well, we'll leave it on Pentium. It's maxed out. This is a floppy disk version. You know, this should not work on this. Hang on. Should kick us back out so that it does. See how this runs. I tell you what, I might try stereo sound at this rate. How's it gonna go? Not too bad. That's passable. So we're running at like SVGA resolution. Yeah, the floppy version's slightly different to the CD version, if you haven't noticed. I run at like more than double the resolution Quake was here, so... Okay, we come out of this and try being a little bit more realistic. I think we can do this. No, that's not what I pressed, you son of a fucking bitch, and I hate the test sound, it's annoying! Let me out. Fuck you, Rob Wallace. Let's try being slightly more realistic here. VGA resolution, everything else is still maxed out though. Ah, there we go, we're within the realms of Quake there. These are more Quake-like settings. Oh man, these are boring. Let's have a go on... Why isn't that working? There we go, now it works. I don't think it works until you touch the controls, it's kind of odd. There we go. I like this stage. Let's have a quick go on it, might as well. No FPU required for this game. Doesn't use one. Oh, I know there's an FPS counter button for this, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, it doesn't matter. Weapon's probably the best to use as the general weapon now. I don't know, I think Peck does more damage than that, to be honest. Keyboard buffer keeps overflowing. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it keeps beeping at me when I'm like leaning on the spacebar. It really isn't built to do this thing. Uses PS2 keyboard, so it has a USB on this board, you know. It's a 486 with onboard USB and Ethernet. Find me another one of those. So that when it stalls, that's the keyboard, but there, that's actually the keyboard buffer overflowing and it beeping angrily at me. We might be able to fix it if we fiddle about with it in the BIOS, but I'm not really interested in doing that right now. I just wanted to see what it would do, see if, you know, I make these claims, I want to know if they're actually correct. You know, I don't want to just make empty fucking statements. Especially because people are very quick to say you are when you make claims like that, like, you're full of shit, you know, it's... Well, evidently we don't need them. I mean, this game looks fine to me. It's rendering polygons just fine without one. It's rendering them a lot faster, so... I mean, it's a very different type of game, but... It's weird. I've got to be, like, conservative on how many keys I press at once. Or else bad things happen. Oh man, I'm taking damage. Yeah, buffer gemmed then. Is there health? I hope there's health in here. I'm going to say there probably is, because this game, I do think they actually tested this. Usually when you get beat up there is health around in the vicinity. I'm not going to go in the tunnel. I'm just going to do the level as it tells me and then get out of here. As in, get the Pentium set up and go back on Quake. Checkpoint, but we'll destroy it anyway. Oh no, this is the little PC 104 board. Tiny little thing. Like, basically the whole thing's just running on one chip. Like, it's a 90s SoC. It really does pretty fucking well, all things considered. Well, I say, if I'm another single chip solution in the 90s, I can do this stuff. I mean, this one's made in R5, but it's a 90s SoC. It's no different to the version that came out back then. It's the same thing. It's just manufactured later. It's one of the later ones they made. Yeah, I do. That's on here. I can't get it out of there right now and stick on top of it. Oh god, that's that Aces CD. That seems to work. So it's not exactly weak, this machine, you know, it's, but yeah, Quake doesn't run good. I mean, it's not going to fucking ever do great, this thing, just because the onboard video is a little bit fucking shit, let's be honest, but... still, we did it. We played like an episode of Quake on an industrial SPC. So there's that, and as we've seen, Terminal Velocity runs pretty fucking good on it. But yeah, I will get the Pentium Overkill out, the 83. I would like to hook this board up, this fucking ECS with the Cyrix 5x86, but it's not working, and I don't know why. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think it's just in a bad mood. And as I'm not finishing the game today, like... we'll use that another time, I guess. But I'll get that Pentium set up, so give me just a moment. I'll put you some music on while we wait. Hold on a second, I can do that. Because I got my fucking Duke Nukem 2 OST ripped to hand. Might as well play it, you know. Just so there's some background noise, but it's not going to take me very long to do this, I wouldn't think. It's not like I don't know how to hook these things up by now. Hopefully the copyright system don't get... Well, I don't know. I mean, if the money goes to Bobby Prince, then I don't mind. I might as well turn the microphone back on now. I don't know, I don't have much to say. I mean, I'm rigging a machine up, everybody knows the fucking process, but I'll hook the mouse up, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm not spending ages fucking about with binds. That's not the right... What the hell? You see, this would be quicker if the cables didn't tie themselves in knots when you turn your back on them. What? I left the audio cable there, you bastard. Keyboard, mouse, monitor, sound, power, and that should be it. I can't see what else you would need. What a fucking mess. How do wires do this? Science needs to study this, because cables that are connected at both ends can tie themselves in knots as well. I definitely won't be playing with the mouse, that's going to be a bit awkward. It is recorded with your player because it's the only one that fucking works. But yeah, this little thing is what we're playing on, so that's it. Like, pretty much everything's just on that one fucking chip. That's the whole fucking thing. There's a few cables I don't have connected right now because I'm just not using those features. Like I say, there's USB on board and shit. Where are the SAV files? There's the SAV files. Priscilla. Yep, that's what it was booting off of. Okay, let's get the save files over here. There we go. That's just me, disconnect me. Right. I wondered why the fans went then, but it was the Presler shutting off. Let's see then, let's see. Hopefully nothing funky happens with this machine, because I don't entirely trust it, I must be honest. Like, I know it works, but I don't know that it's super reliable, you know? Let's go in the game real quick and see if I can go back up the console. See if the audio is really limited to... Yeah, it really is, because we're on a Sound Blaster 16, but 11025 is evidently the limit. It's the only cards it supports, it doesn't support anything else. Well, the disc-on-chip interface is kind of weird. It's not directly compatible with IDE, and in fact, the way the board I have implements it, it hooks the floppy. Like, it basically just acts like a second floppy drive. It runs at really high speeds, it's really fast, but to boot the thing, you're essentially booting the second floppy drive, which I would imagine is for compatibility, because I guess if you hook that, basically anything can boot the fucking thing. So, I've never known another BIOS do that. I think I read about like a SCSI BIOS years ago. Oh, music is? Wow, that's really interesting. What if music isn't? What if music was? What if music will? Yeah, this fucking game. Right. So this should be with that gate shut. There we go. I'm guessing this would be episode 2. It should be running a bit faster. It's not going to be perfect, but... And we're still on a 486 motherboard with a really wonky video adapter, let's be honest. It's probably the only Showtime Plus that's ever streamed on YouTube. I think we've just broken 2 fucking things in one night. I've never fucking seen that, man. That's I want to now. I have to wonder just what you could interface onto IDE. Like, IDE is largely just ISA, right? So, like, what the fuck could you plug into there? Like, those PC cards are said, like, on laptops, basically just IDE. But you can plug sound cards and shit in, so could you make that work on an IDE controller? I guess you'd have to develop software for it, but I don't see why. No, this is running the PCI one, so yeah, we're actually going to lose a bit of performance to that, because PCI isn't as fast on 486 boards. Bruce! Was it? I thought it was, like, basically ISA IDE. I imagine you're right, because that really isn't my area of expertise at all, so... Why is there this flat bit here? Like, it almost seems like we really should be... Oh, you see, these steps don't work. So I had a feeling. It just looked like something was up there. This runs smoother, it might make the game a little easier. It was chunking a bit, but... I mean, we had to test it. It had to be done. I mean, that system sure as shit wasn't within the system requirements, so... And that UMA video really is slow, which, like I say, is a shame. Oh, fuck. The game hasn't gotten easier with the improved frame rate. It's still just bullet sponges. You know, that would make sense. Castles? That doesn't look like a castle where we were. Is there anything back here? No. Ah, yeah, I've seen a few of those around. It's one of those conveniences that I guess will disappear and everything's USB now. Oh, really? There we go, so I have to get shot up just to fucking leave that room. The design principles are still sucking major balls here, let's be honest. Oh god, dogs. I must admit, a part of me does feel bad about killing the dogs. I don't really like doing it. Oh fuck. Come on, stop being a pussy and come out of there. Man, this thing's weird, the way you get up here. It's just sort of luck. Now I can't go in there. It takes so many hits. What do I have to do to make that work? Is it random? Weird. USB 3 is probably faster by now. USB 4 is like meant to be next year, isn't it? Oh, that's dodgy. Admittedly, I'm kind of surprised the gun's rendered in game space. Evidently it is. Can you see Quake Guy's hands? No, you can't. It's still just a gun in the centre of the screen, like Doom Guy. Man, I don't like these dudes over here. Especially those laser dudes, they do a lot of damage. Okay, now that opens. Now we've got a nail gun. This doesn't look like a castle. I think we've been missold this. I will be taken up with the holiday fucking broker. Travel agents. I remember, like, going in a travel agents when I was a kid. And just wondering what the fuck the point was. It's like, it's a shop, but it doesn't sell anything. Fuck. I don't like this level. This level's horrible. I won't lie. I don't like it. It's only going to get worse from here as well. Yeah, never use bytes in marketing. It makes it look slow. Of course, the thing with USB is half the time it's like bullshit anyway, because the device will never go as fast as it should, or it'll go that fast once, but never again if it's flash memory. Hey, I can do 90 megs a second on my USB flash drive, and then you try using it again, and it's like, oh, hang on. Now I can only do like 60, and then you try using it again, and now I can only do 20, and then you use it again. Now I can only do 1. And it never improves again, no matter what you do. It's weird, you have to walk into this at like a really specific angle. I don't know how that would work, like in the level design. Oh no, I'm sure I heard USB 4 was meant to be coming, or maybe it was just that the draft would be published. I don't keep up with these things now, so basically I'm not going to know much about it. This definitely isn't a castle. This is like... See, this is id syndrome again. It's the same as Doom. You slap a name on the level, you call it a thing, and just hope the player won't notice. This is the long word here. It's like, no, it isn't. Like, you just called it that to make it fit with your loose narrative. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that. I have to come in here, apparently. Did there need to be a hole there? That looks crap. Come on, the lighting's weird here. The only thing I guess with USB 3 is like the SS logo. So I guess it's one of those repurposed Nazi technologies. So yeah, you might as well call the next one SJW. I mean, why not? S-Jews. Right, where are we going now? It definitely runs better on this machine anyway, like so far. That fucking texturing. I expect fucking better than that now, I really do by this point. Where is that waff waff gone? I heard it again. There it is. I'm sorry much, but you shouldn't have tried to attack me. Well, this dickhead who used to live on my neighbourhood, he always started fights with me and other people, and he always lost. I don't think he won a single fight with anyone. And one of the stupidest things he ever did, I was walking down like the 10 foot his house backed onto, and if you went near his house, he'd come out. He just used to wait in his garden all day to find, like, you know, start fights with people. And I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, because I mean, it was basically insignificant to me. But, like, yeah, I walked by the end of his fucking back gate, and he comes running out. Oh, you fucking dickhead! You can't come round here. It's my fucking 10-foot, you dickhead! I'll fucking bray you. It's like, 'cause that went so well for you last time. Yeah, I fucking will. I fucking will. Fucking, you're messing with the wrong fucking boys. I'll set my fucking dog on you. And he's got like this dog. I can like hear the dog's there, so I know he's got one. He's like, it's a fucking Rottweiler, mate. It'll fucking kill you. I'm like, will it now? Your dog touches me, I'll call the RSPCA. I'll have it put down. I'll set fucking dog on you. It's a fucking Rottweiler, mate. I'm like, well, fucking do it then. I ain't got all day. And so he opens the gate, and it's not a fucking Rottweiler. It's a Labrador or something. Like, the dog comes out and is like the friendliest fucking dog ever. You know, it just runs up to... I'm like, oh, okay, dog. I'm like, well, I'm going to the shop now, and the dog just followed me to the shop. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, the dog's going with me. It's mine now. You should have thought about that. And so I went to the shop with his dog. Bought the dog some treats, and then took it back. I figured I probably can't get away with keeping this thing. So I did return it, but... yeah, it didn't work out. It was a look of disappointment. I was like, oh, fucking kill him! Do it! Sick him, you bastards! Fuck! Well, maybe you won't set the dog on me next time. It didn't really work, did it? He was a fucking moron. I wonder what happened to him. He's probably dead by now. Oh shit, they're behind there. That sea arctic with difficulty. My fucking arms and my back still hurt from carrying that thing. Basically, I don't recommend it. Don't just leave it there though, man. I don't think, you know, I don't run into those. I need to see if it can be, like, made to work. It's still there in the shed. I don't know, Rottweilers, you don't see them much now. They're not fashionable anymore for, like, the, you know, the hard people's dog. Or the trying to be hard people. I wouldn't get one anyway. I prefer, like, German Shepherds. Or, like, Akitas or something. Or those wolf dogs, I can't remember the name of them. They basically just look like wolves. I mean, those are the sort of dogs I'm used to, you know, so... If I had a bigger house, I would get a dog. You know, I still miss mine. It's like, over a decade later, but I still miss it. I could have got my dog to go for somebody because I had a command. I trained her, you know. If I yelled ow and pointed at somebody, then you should attack that person. Otherwise, a friendly dog. Well, small dogs just get on my nerves. Like, my mother has these little dogs, and I refuse to walk them because they just piss me off. And plus the fact I'm always worried I end up hurting them, you know, it's like... I fucking walk the thing and they'll start yapping and pulling on the lead and trying to run in front of me, and I don't like dogs running in front of me when I'm walking them. That's not good. Like, 'cause then the dog thinks he's in charge, and I can't have that, because that's when they misbehave. And so because I'm used to, like, German Shepherds and shit, instinctively I yank the fucking lead like hell and it just launches the dog fly, you know, fucking, I'm gonna end up killing this dog, like, I'm not walking it anymore. Because the dog doesn't behave, and, you know, I'm evidently way too heavy-handed for it, so I'd rather just not have, like, you know, have to walk it, get somebody else to do it. I mean, if it were my dog and it was, like, pulling out the lead all the time like that, it'd be on a fucking churker. That was how I trained mine. She used to pull like hell, so it's like, okay, where's the churk chain? Get the dog on it, And it learns very quickly, like, well, if I pull on that, it's going to be uncomfortable. Evidently the master's in charge, I probably shouldn't do that. And I didn't even have to put her on a lead. I could have just let her off the thing and she'd just walk by my side. I'd keep her on one because the law says I have to, and I don't want them to take the dog off me, but, you know, at the end of the day, the lead would be slack because she just wouldn't pull on the thing. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I used to play with the dog every fucking day. I spent a lot of time with her. Here's the thing with dogs, is they're loyal. It's one of the reasons they're a lot better than cats. You know, you actually see dogs, they don't spend all their time just wandering the neighbourhood, annoying your neighbours. I don't know, my dog was pretty good at dealing with cats. There's another problem I had with my mother's dog. I had to train that to hate cats, and it's taken years. Whereas mine just hated them from the start. Dog killer! Oh shit! Come on, this isn't fair. Fuck you, game. That's bullshit. Oh, fuck. I don't like the way this is designed at all. I still always remember that cat that ran up the fucking telegraph pole. And it was up there for like ages. So I used to walk the dog at night. Which I think you should do anyway. Like, if the weather's warm like this, you know, really shouldn't be walking them in the day. It's too warm for them. They don't like it. Like, it can't be good for them. You know, poor fucking dogs, like, you're dragging it along. It's like, yeah, no, don't do that, man. Just wait till it gets dark. Walk the dog then. Like, it can wait. You know, and fucking... like, saw a cat, and the thing is, like I said, my dog was well behaved, so she didn't pull on the lead. What she'd do is she'd just sort of pause and look up at me, you know. Sort of like, there's a cat, can I get it? It was like, don't Cassie, kill it! Kill it! Like, someone charging this cat, it darts up the fucking telegraph pole. It's like sat up there staring down at the dog. I'm kicking the pole trying to get it to come down. The dog's there barking at the fucking thing. It ain't gonna come down. And so I thought nothing of it. You know, like, well, stupid cat. You know, it's the one that craps my fucking garden up. Bastard thing. Maybe that'll spook it away for a while. And I go out to school the next morning, and the cat's still up there. And I'm like, well, fuck, that can't be the same one. It can't have been there all fucking night. It fucking had been. I come back from school, fucking cat's still there. I go to walk the dog again, fucking cat's still up. It might not come down. It wasn't there, like, after a while it disappeared, but... evidently it wasn't very happy. I don't have that weapon yet. Let's just jump in the pit. Try and quad damage the bastard to death. There we go. That got it. Let's save the game before anything else goes wrong. Oh shit, I didn't press that. Oh, it ran out at just the worst possible moment. Well, it's not going as awfully as it could, the game so far, I suppose. This level's a fucking maze, though. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I hate how they fall. It looks like you've knocked him down. Well, that wasn't firing nails before. Why is it doing it now? Oh man, this layout sucks. Fuck the mandatory damage, man. I don't think we've been this way yet. Oh no, we have, haven't we? Or is this just the way... Fuck, come on man, that wasn't far. I see, there's a key. It doesn't do anything. Can't go in there. Those guys are jerking off somewhere, I can hear them. Fucking... Really? God, he just took a rocket to the back. How can he withstand that? Oh, there's the... guy. I'm telling you, man, they all have stomach problems, the bad guys in this game. Well, they sure sound like they do. Odd way to progress. Fucking hell, man. There's just fucking... Fuck, really? I'm starting to think the ogres' grenades don't hurt the ogres. That was weird. The text changed at the top of the screen then, whilst I was in that menu. Well, there's like 2 of them in there, man. Fuck off, it landed the other side of the window. That one went through the fucking wall. I swear. That is fucking garbage, man. We're about out of nails. Yeah, half damage. I don't want to know what the fuck full damage is. Why the fuck is everything in this game such a fucking bullet sponge, though? Damn. Coughing up fucking spiders again, I think I've talked about that before. Where I got up, what... Was there any reason to go out there? I don't think there was any reason. Should I go in the water? I think I've talked about that before. Like, one day I woke up and I just felt really shit. And I kept coughing, and like... In the end, I just ended up having this massive coughing fit, like, in my kitchen. I coughed up a bunch of baby spiders, and I've never figured out where the fuck they came from. It's never happened to me again. They were definitely spiders, like, it wasn't just random debris that looked like spiders. Oh, fucking hell, that could have killed me! What the hell was that? Get out of my way, there's a fucking bog monster down there. My stomach! Okay, that made progress, but that's just weird. Yeah, the level ends here. Jeez, I really want grenades thrown at me on this precarious ledge. Strange level. At least it looked like a castle. It's an improvement over where we were before. That sure as shit didn't. I guess that was just like a leftover level. I don't know where to... That damaged me, you fucking bastard. Oh, the fuck is that? Oh, it's the guys. No, I don't care about your constipation problems. Don't take it. I can't leave the corner while he stood there. Yeah, and these simple design principles that everyone else had gotten right by now. But either just blissfully unaware of. There we go, now I can get out there. This door opens nearby. Well, it's half my fucking health gone. Oh, fuck. It moves so fucking fast. Oh, fuck's sake. And I don't have any rockets. No, I don't have any nails either. Okay. Oh, I sort of vaguely remember this level. I don't remember how it works, but I remember it existing at least. So it's got that going for it. Is this really worth my time to get this? I don't think it is. Fuck's sake. Oh great, it's these dickheads and I'm nearly dead. Fuck's sake. I don't like the level design, man. I don't like the level design. Really don't like the level design. It's fucking horrible. Fucking bullet sponges. Seriously. Kill him ahead of time, because fighting him and the ogres is just going to be a pain in the arse. The fuck is that attack? How come I never get that weapon? I only get the shit weapons, they all get the cool weapons. It's not fair. Maybe, I don't remember that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe it's only like certain versions of it or something. I'm not getting the armour out of there, there's just no point. It may be, I just don't remember. It's been a long fucking time since I played this, and I'm not thinking that's really an issue at this point. It's just kind of like uninspired and brown. And by 96 we'd come so much farther than this. It's like the bare minimum experience for its time. And the only thing it has going is like its polygons, but I think the polygons look worse than the alternate. That is fucking awful. Who designed that? Oh, jeez. I don't know where the missiles are coming from. Should I really go in there? Well, I can go in there. I don't know whether I'm supposed to. I would imagine I am. Jeez. Fucking shit. Yeah, it did. It looked a damn sight better than this. The thing is, I'm sure Duke 3D outsold this at the time. I'm certain of it. I'm sure I remember that being the deal, but it's difficult to find information on now, so I just never can be too sure. But I certainly knew of more people playing Duke 3D locally, but that may be a localised thing. Other regions, I guess, would be different, but I don't like the way enemies just corner you in this. I'm sure there was a thing called Womb Raider, but I don't remember what it was. I just remember the name being attached to something. Let me go and see what else is out here. I don't think there's anything good up here. Isn't there a dirtfish in this map somewhere? I don't remember where. I feel like it's down there somewhere. Let's go and have a look. I just wasted a fuck ton of ammo on those zombies, but whatever. Now, what did I press? He seemed to sink then. I was searching for the thingy button. My look-up button wasn't working. I can't run. And I don't know. I don't know where the dope fish is. I'm sure he's in this map somewhere, but... yeah, it's rather disorientating, but I can sort of understand it, because I mean, I can't see when I'm underwater. I'm basically blind at that point, so yeah, I guess arguably it's accurate. I don't know where that is. Dogfish could be anywhere, but yeah, there's just a key door up here. So we're gonna have to go this way. Oh, don't that suck. I already went this way. Shit. What the hell was with the little bounce he did? I can keep my eyes open, I just can't see anything. Like, it either goes white or it goes black, depending on how much light there is. I think those spikes are rigged that they're always going to hit you if you keep walking through them the first time. These ones. Yeah, a lot of people tell me they can, but I've just never been able to. But I can't swim either, so I guess I'm just not cut out for going in water. I just sink like a fucking stone. Ugh. Oh, I don't want to be this way. Where the fuck am I supposed to be going? Is it really this way? I don't think it's this way. It is this way. Okay. I'm going to say, it's going to do something dickish, I just know it. Of course, this is basically going to be unavoidable damage. Everyone was all about how terminal velocity had level design, where it's clear they tested and thought things out. I just don't see that here. I just see basically what I saw in Doom, just slap a bunch of shit together and hope it works. I'm rocketing them because there's no point. They've basically cornered me at that point. They're gonna kill me. There's nothing I can do. I can't push them out of the way. It's very annoying. It's one of those things where you'd think they would... fuck off. Fuck off! Well, you'd think they'd have picked up on it if they'd actually tested the game, you know? Well, that's a load of shit. But whatever, we'll take it. Don't we start encountering those gramophone spider-looking motherfuckers soon? Turn right. Come on, turn fucking right. There we go. At least I got a fucking rocket launcher now. Well, a grenade launcher. The game seems to think it's rockets, though. Where's that dipshit gone? Oh, this gun blows! So it does like fuck all damage. I think the shotgun did more damage to it. Yeah, I know that. Fucking, I hate those things. I haven't even encountered them yet. Right now, I've got to deal with this fuckhead. Where even are we here? There we go. Let's use nails on the bastard. Stay close, he might not use his lightning. No, he does use it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Fucking design, man. Don't use the lightning, come on, try to use your melee attack. There's a good fucking white monster. Oh no, they all sound like crazy Benny out of Keenan Kel or something to me. I gotta get past this guy. Because I can't fight him without taking damage, because he can't avoid the stupid fucking lightning thing. That is one weapon we do get, as far as I remember. But it's kind of useless as well, because I seem to think that there's a lot of water in those levels, and you can't use it in water. Some fucking strange... I know because it's electricity, but... It's a fucking video game. You know, you've got a lightning gun. I think fucking realism might well be... like, out the window at that point. So that only when it's going to screw the player do you choose to implement it. I can't beat this guy. Look at that. There's just no way of avoiding this shit. He's still not dead! Oh. How much hits does he take? Look at that must be like 20 fucking grenades easily. Of course. Of course. For fuck's sake. I hate this game. I really hate this game. Okay, maybe it won't come this way. This game has no view mode like the build games. It's another reason they fucking suck ass by comparison, I guess. I know that's a fucking scummy way of doing things, but it was the only way I could do it. Get out of here before I get ogred. Ah, health! You fucking bastards! You knew when you designed this! The design sucks. It fucking sucks. Fucking, he's not even stood on the ground. That's something we can try to do, but I don't think it's going to work. Oh, shit, the zombies there. We're getting hit by all kinds of other shit as well. Still, that may have worked. That may have sidetracked him. I don't know where the fuck he went, but stay away from me, knight. Come on, man, I'm getting fucking nailed here. At this resolution, with this renderer, to try and figure out the distance of a fucking object like that. Get out of my way, there's nails been fired. Fuck's sake. Oh. There's not a single spot in the level from this point on where you're just not taking damage, really, is there? I can't stand there because there's nails. I can't go that way because there's fucking ogres. I can't hang about where I was because there's that white fucking thing. I really dislike the way you design levels. I just don't like the way they design shit. Especially not with their broken mechanics. The whole fucking, well, you're in a corner, you can't leave because the enemy's stood there, and he's never going to back away. They don't have that, like, flee enemy thing that, like, the AI in Duke has, but I mean, it's not as big a deal in that, because you can push them out of your way. Well, fine. Fine. We'll go back and we'll fucking... Oh, we're back here. That's fine. I found a technique to deal with him, so we'll just use it again. Come here, you lard-arse bastard. Run around. That gun is so fucking useless, it is unbelievable. Let's just never use that gun, because it never hits anything. And when it does, it usually ends up bouncing back and hitting me. That's not what I pressed, game. I pressed 4. That's not the fire key. Really? Fucking really? There's no items down. There is a medkit though. Are they in fight? That's actually good. I don't take any hits in this particular spot. I'm going to save it here. I can't back up because there's nails. Come on, man, this fucking level design is bullshit. They put a fucking white dude there as well, for fuck's sake. Whoever designed this, man, go fuck themselves. Kill that other dude before we bring the bridge down, but I can't do anything about the ogres over there. You're not dead yet. See, I think there's a dude coming. I can hear like the... Fucking what? Where even am I? Am I supposed to be able to stand here? I can't jump, I can't move. What the fuck? That was weird. It is hitting him, it looks like it shouldn't be, but it is. That fucking white dude though, I don't know how I'm going to deal with him. Okay, just run. I don't know what's over there other than that fucking white thing, and I don't want to deal with it. About half an hour maybe before I call it quits, because I will have to sleep at some point. Oh, that's useful. Maybe that gun will work here. Of course it won't. I can't leave the corner because he's stood there. Oh, the elevators, this is why we should have use buttons. This control is just so weird. Oh, I remember this level being a thing as well. I don't remember my way around it. But it's not nice, that's for sure. Really? Really? Oh, damn, that's annoying. Was that one of them white dudes I just saw? No, they're just ogres. It's just the perspective been weird. Okay. I was gonna say. Like, I can only deal with so much of this shit. I was hoping it'd pinch him on the way down. Yeah, see, if the game had a crouch button, we could probably duck in the water. It doesn't have one. The zombie's not visible, but is absorbing all of my bullets. That was a waste of ammunition. I'll never get it back. And we'll get more ammunition, but that could have been on top of the ammunition we had. And now we can't. Now we just have to do without. Fuck. It's getting on my nerves. It's really getting on my nerves. Fuck yous. Die. Especially those things. I hate those things. Fucking really? One of these dipshits. Really? Just can't walk anywhere. Just everything is a fucking death zone. That's fucking brilliant. That's just fucking great, man. I've definitely had about enough of this for one fucking day. Oh, yeah. Bug monsters still there? They probably are. They're probably just hiding just over there. No. Medkit. Save the game, but I don't know it's necessarily the best idea. Ah, fuck you, bog monster. You can't do anything to me. Let's kill it through the bars. I'm sure they do, but I'll kill these things while the bars are shut, because they can hit me through them. Ah! Because it damages me and nothing else. Why wouldn't it? Well, shit. Very frustrating. Very frustrating design. What do people see in this game? I don't get it. like, they're still just throwing whatever shit at the wall and just hoping it sticks. You know, there's no coherency or anything. It's just these plain, empty fucking walkways. And everything's just fucking brown. Okay, what came out? Something fucking woke up. I don't know what. It's dark. Can't see. Those zombies are still giving it fucking everything they have. Ah, that obviously opened the bars. I'm going to reload because it took loads of fucking health off. Fucking bog monsters, man. Oh, fuck off. Not enough ammo? Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll have to shotgun it then. Have we changed our mind yet? Yes, we have. Good. Thing is, I know there was 2 of them in there. So where's the other one? No, but he's there. Fucking hell. Can't move. Cannot move. So these rookie mistakes. Like, just... fucking everyone else had these things solved already. Like, I swear, there's like a divergence in the timelines where, you know, FPS... The timeline we're on is like the one where FPS games were built on this backwards ass shit. There's another timeline where Duke Nukem Forever came out. And like FPS games were built on like, you know, the Duke Nukems and Dark Forces and shit. By the way, the not enough ammo notice was for the grenade launcher, in case you wondered. It uses the same ammo as this, apparently, so I don't know why that would happen. It turned out to be not that big of a problem, luckily. I don't know who's firing grenades or what. I'm going to say, let's assume it's going to put an enemy in my face when I go up there. You know, it's pretty fucking predictable by now, but it doesn't mean it make it any easier doing anything about it. Really loves doing that with them. They've got explosives, so just make you fight them in like a confined corner like this. Where you're going to end up with explosions in your face all the time. I don't like it. Really, all the way back here. Come on, just take this fucker out already. What the hell? I can kill it in mid fucking air. Good. Fuck! I'm going to say, there's another one of these, isn't there? I'm losing my patience. Are you going to come back then, you coward? There we go. It's half the problem solved. He sounds like a fucking stone door opening. Whatever. So I can't back up because there are explosions going on, but I can't go down there because there are bog monsters down there. This game really needs a crosshair, man. Fuck off! So it doesn't happen to the ogre when he fires missiles, and it happens to me. Only happens to me. Of course. Really fucking great. Really fucking great. I'll just kill the bog monster already so I can fucking get on with this. For fuck's sake. Fucking Taz. Fuck you, Taz. I'm definitely giving up soon. But I've had enough of this. Tired. Really, it's a console command. Oh man, that's ugly. It's not even central to the gun! Is that central to the damn screen? Oh man, that's wonky as shit, that's annoying! I don't even have OCD and I'm developing it now. Is it just me or has the frame rate gone up since enabling that? That looked way smoother than it did before. The game's definitely running smoother all of a sudden. Jeez, Origin 3D has that slight bit of wonk about the Devastator. But I ain't a patch on that. That's terrible! Again, I asked, did they test this? You can't have tested it, you would have noticed that. Fucking ogres, I know you're up there. Oh, fuck off. Let's just go up and shotgun the bastards. Is there more of those? No. But we've got barely any nails left. Which sucks, because it's about my only long-range weapon versus having to use a shotgun, which really isn't a long-range weapon. Point using rockets, because by the time they get there, they'll have moved out the way. Oh, more fucking bog monsters, for fuck's sake, it really loves those in this map. Fuck me, man. Remember, it's not so good there. But it's not tight enough. You can see it's like spraying massively. Like it's at this range, it just really isn't meant for that. It's like watching a girl trying to use a fucking urinal. It just goes everywhere. It's fucking awful. Now what? This fucking level at least has been fairly linear so far. I'll give it that. There's zombies, but I can't see them, so. Well, that's good. That's fine, we can deal with that. Oh, it's him. You know, these guys aren't so bad. I don't mind fighting these. They sponge far too many hits for their own good, but... It's like fucking... Ugh. What was that? So you can afford to fling fucking grenades like that because they don't damage him when he fires them. They only damage me. I don't like how mine only damage fucking... Jesus Christ. I'm guessing we've got to go out here. No, this is the way we came in. So this is a waste of fucking time. I don't even know where this is. Okay, it's where we just were, apparently. Oh, is it for this? Oh, no. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And the frame rate's gone horrible. I'm guessing we're going here. I'm going to say, can I hear bog monsters? I think I can hear bog monsters. Where even is this? Oh, where we when we saved last. Oh man, that's actually quite a while ago in the grand scheme of things. The control scheme on this is just so weird. Like, the keys are just fucking everywhere. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't move now, so there must be something else up there, because it's... Jeez. Well, there's a fucking another one comes out now. At least the stars seem to bounce the rockets back. It's got that going for it, I suppose. I don't know. I guess I would have to have a look at that. Doesn't seem to. Well, at least the bog monster's gone. Gold key. So I obviously... I thought that was one of them flighting things then, but it's not. Oh yeah, of course he's there. Kill him and then I'll save the game. Again. Oh shit. It's not exactly that secret, is it, when it's down here? The Ebony Fortress. Fuck's sake. I don't get what all those machine noises are. I haven't figured that out yet. Well, it seemed to be something to do with this, didn't it? I'm sure I just sent myself around the fucking cycle. Elevator can't go up all these though. I mean, maybe. I really don't know. Personally, I just can't get over the fucking crosshair bin, like... Again, these are things you would notice if you actually tested the game before putting it on sale, you know? Like, you charge money for this, like... That's right, fall back to the axe, why not? That's a great idea. Well, let's have an axe fight. It actually went way better than I thought it would. I haven't got the ammo for anything. Well then, rockets. I can't use rockets because I'm at, like, close range. Yep, I knew I had bog monsters. I need health though, man. I can't stomach them. Now, you know what's going to happen if I go out there. I guess these platforms are still moving around. We can probably get back there, but was that a good idea to save the game when we're in such dire need of health? I really don't know. Well, there's health there, but... Okay. Okay. Maybe doable. That was a blue key though, wasn't it? Yeah, that's not really helping me. Man, how many of them? I think there's enough fucking dudes, for fuck's sake. Oh god, there's one of them white guys up here as well. I just know it. I remember it. I don't know how I remember it. Probably because it annoyed me at the time or something, but I remember one of those lightning guys being up there. It's just what we want when we have like 28 health. Maybe there was a different level. Maybe there isn't one in this one. No, there is. I just saw him. Really? Yeah, there he is. He's up there. And we have to fucking get past that. Like, yeah, because, you know, that's totally going to happen. We're totally going to be able to get past that. Just spawned right on top of me, quite literally. That's fucking reasonable. I'm convinced this wasn't tested extensively. They probably tested everything in the starting area. Just assume the rest of the game will work. It might do, might not, but I mean, people have bought it by then, so... That does literally spawn right on top of me. My missiles went through the floor. I don't know how that works, but I'll take it. I never understood what these things were, but I kind of like the noise they make. It sounds like what it looks like. As in it's a fitting noise for it to make. Oh shit! That was an accident. This is what happens when you're tired. It's like on the verge of throwing up. Oh, come on, your buddy shot you. Why don't you start infighting? The one time you want it to happen, it doesn't. Jeez. Infighting, why not incest? I might start to like the game then, but no. No, we can't have that. That would be fun. That's not allowed. I don't know what that does. Can I hit that bastard from here? Jeez, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't that happen? Can it get down here? Kinda hoping I can give him the runaround. Oh, fucking hell. No, he's going to be a coward and not come down the stairs, isn't he? Of course. Of course. Why would he come down here? I mean, you know, he's got the high ground there. Gonna stop being a pussy, fuckhead. No, that's insulting. Vaginas at least have redeeming qualities, unlike this fuckhead. I'm sure I had something spawned in while I was stood there. What gripping gameplay. I wonder what else is up here. Should we save it with only 2 health? Is that wise? Probably not. It sucks, we might have to do all this again, but... You know, you could put some health up here after we've had to deal with all that shit. That would be like the... decent thing to do. Of course! Health, please. There's none. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Oh man, this fucking blows. I hate it. I fucking hate it. It's just fucking unfair design. It's not well thought out. Yeah, it's just slap everything together. Oh, the shit sticks to the wall. No coherency, no anything. It's just empty. No, I don't. I can at least see why people like Doom. You know, I don't like it that much, but I can at least see why people like that one. Like, that's actually kind of fun at times. And some of the level design in that actually seems to be thought out. It's still a lot of just give it like some fancy title and just throw a bunch of corridors together, but it's actually better than this in that regard. This is just really wonky, just throw whatever we've got. Hope it fucking works. It's sterile, this game. There's just doesn't really have personality or anything to it. It has a little bit, but not much. Of course bog monsters would have to be in here, wouldn't they? Jeez, just let me out of the level. It has to fucking lock the gate on me. I will be quitting after this level. Well, disconnections. It's not like you were missing. Oh, I remember some of the later levels. I remember that one where the last bit of the level you're basically just in this elevator. That was a piece of shit. I hated that. That one seemed like it was just cobbled together pieces of levels that never made it to me. I don't know what it was about it. It just seems to be made up of just tidbits. Hello. Where's that coming from? Seems to be far enough away. I'm not going to worry about it, but there's definitely an ogre somewhere. And I'd like to get this guy down in a reasonable time frame, because the ogre might find me. Yeah, he seems farther away than he did, but his explosion's definitely going off in the room that I'm in, so he can't be that far away. The crosshair just seems to be the plus character from like the text thing. Yeah, what's possible again? I missed what like was going on at the time. Oh, they're going to kill each other. Let's see who wins. Yeah, I thought so, because those fuckers are overpowered. Especially given they can stuff you into a corner. No, it'll do no good sitting up there. It takes ages to back out of that menu. Wasn't even worth picking that up. Yeah, probably. Did this ever have any expansions? Because I don't know about them if it did. Yeah, those aren't hitting anything. Well, I'll shoot the switches when I can, game. Thanks for telling me. I don't know where they are. Aren't they up there, like, above where I fell out of the chimney there? It's the bog monster I gotta stay away from. Jesus, fuck. This is fucking rough, man. It's like there's an element of luck, I swear. It really does feel like there's an element of luck in this. Fuck off, bog monster. Nobody likes you. You smell like the bog. And it hasn't been cleaned for a long time. Still trying to figure out that whole thing of why, like, girls flush the bog before they pee in it. Like, what's the fucking point? Like, they don't all do it, but it's like, stop wasting my fucking water. Like, that costs money, you know? Just because there's a fag end in there, it's like, what's the deal? Like, what's the fag end gonna do to you? Like, does it offend you that much that there's a cigarette end? You throw your cigarette ends in there all the time. What's wrong with my cigarette ends? Or do you feel sorry for the cigarette end? Is it that cigarette end's had a bad enough day already? It doesn't need me pissing on it to make it stay fucking worse. Is that the fucking problem? That level's over anyway. Fuck's sake. Oh no, not hookers. I've never known one of them fucking pull the chin. Jeez, man, that level sucks. This level I don't think was any better. I'm not going to play it, but I think it opens out into like a castle or something. Oh, it's this one. But yeah, you know, you fucking stood there at the fucking wash basin. It's just fucking... What the fuck are you doing? Why? But yeah, I guess we'll continue this game some other time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just play something else, because I don't really have that much more to say about it. It seems to piss me off though, so maybe I should just get more pissed off. I mean, when I'm less tired, you know, I'll probably get more mad, so it might actually be somewhat entertaining. We can try it. Can always put something else on. I'll sit around while I have this cigarette, because I always do that at the end of a stream, but there's no more gameplay if that's what you're here for. Evidently I suck at this game, but I mean, that's to be expected. I doubt I've played it in over a fucking decade, except that brief multiplayer I did with Kynakos that time. But yeah, it's damn ugly. It's very brown. I'm dead. You know, just keep firing at me. Fucking hell. Stop. I don't know. I don't think that's going to help matters. I did kind of want to play it on a Cyrix 686, but I can't find mine. I can only find my 686 MXs, which I guess might do, but I would have liked to have played it on the old gold top 686. I'm going to have my board for the MX processors, and I found the accessories for it now that we're missing. Most like the TV out thing that it has. Onboard SYS 6326 isn't very good, but I think it's a Cyrix. I need to get another case like the original because that got stolen when I moved. And then put it in there. You know, have like an authentic, like you bought this in Tesco's machine. Because Tesco's is known for quality machines. Well, I guess I can overclock this machine to 100 megahertz. That's whack. I don't really want to do that though, because it's, I don't know, I just don't like overclocking these things. It just seems to be a recipe for disaster. I don't think it'll break anything permanently. It might corrupt the hard drive, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, my case that got robbed, so, you know, I gotta get it. They're not expensive, they show up quite often, that particular one, so I'll just get another one. It's probably more yellowed than mine, but I don't really give a fuck. You can probably unyellow it, to be honest. No, not that one. But, you know, like I said, I can get another one. I can get another 686 gold top, but that won't be in there. That one will be a 686 MX, but I'd like a plain 686. I might use that Orchid machine I got for that. I think it'll be a decent one. Oh yeah, I'll overclock to test it and see how fast it goes, but it's not something I'd really want to do long term like this. It never seems like a good idea to me. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. It wasn't that great anyway, it's only fucking Quake. Probably the only person who's played it on an STPC Atlas though. That was kind of interesting because it ran quite slow, but I mean it will with the onboard video on those. Yeah, UMA VGA isn't exactly quick. It did okay though, it got through. I only played the first episode on that and then switched to this overdrive. I wanted to use the Cyrix 586 but the board's not working. To be honest, I'll probably try and get that working for next time because I don't know what's up. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just in a bad mood. It'll probably work when I plug it back in. It's one of those. It's done it before where it just decides one day, I don't want work today. And I'll hook it up tomorrow, it'll probably work. And then it'll keep working until it decides to have another mood swing for no reason. It's a bit of an unusual board, so it doesn't surprise me that it has like the odd shit fit when you prod it in ways it doesn't like. Plus I think the hard drive I had hooked up to it isn't working. It's old and a bit sick, probably. Yeah, I don't think I've missed anything by not playing this game for years. I really don't. It's, I don't get what people enjoy. With Doom, I can see, like, I can understand why people enjoy it as much as I really don't most of the time. I can see why people would enjoy that, at least at the time, you know. But this, I just, there was better things out already, far better things out already than this, you know. Like, obviously Duke Nukem 3D, I'd sooner play that than this by a long way because it's just a better game in basically every fucking way. Dark Forces I'd rather play than this. It's a better game in every fucking way. No polygons. Well, Dark Forces has some polygons in it, actually. I mean, it's a sector engine, but it has some polygon models in it. And even then, we established that it probably shouldn't run as bad as it does Quake on, like, the low-end hardware. I know it's Pentium optimized, but still, it's like, you run things like terminal velocity pretty fucking well, and you don't need a floating point unit to do that. So I'm still not sure why they need an FPU for such wonky geometry and animations. It doesn't seem necessary to me. You wonder if Intel was leaning on them a bit or something. You know, that like 3DFX used to pay devs to support their cards, maybe it was the same with this. I use the term optimised very loosely. Dark Forces was, I know I streamed it with the next gen, but at some point I intend to stream that with the Chips 386. I want to see like how the game is. I tested it on a 386. It will run on a 386 quite happily, Dark Forces, at full screen, with sound and music and everything. But I want to see how the game is start to finish. Like, does it really, really tank somewhere? Or were they meticulous with it? Does it actually work like the whole way through? Well, yeah, like I say, I didn't see it played as much as Duke 3D, and I was always led to understand Duke 3D actually outsold Quake at the time. It's a good benchmarking tool, but I don't know, I don't think it was necessarily as popular as people make out. I don't think it was unpopular, but yeah, it's just too bare bones for me. It just doesn't do it for me. It's too minimal. The levels are just kind of barren. The control scheme's fucking weird. I still can't wrap my head around that. It's just lacking, basically, personality or anything. And what, the Jedi engine or the Quake engine? The Jedi engine must be in assembly. I don't think you could get that kind of speed out of C. I just don't. Like, whoever wrote the fucking Jedi engine was very talented, I think. I'm still honestly amazed at the fact it runs on a 386 as well as it does. Like, you sure as shit can't run Doom like that on one. Yeah, 9 Inch Nails. I never had the music work in Quake. There's no music on the CD. It was a legit CD, and I know of other people with the same issue. And I don't know that that's specific to Quake, because Interstate 76 Nitro Pack's the same, and everybody I've known of who owns that doesn't have music on the disc. But it is there, it's just like the cue sheet wasn't done. It's weird. I almost wonder if a CD pressing house was fucking things up at that time or something. Yeah, I've never played the second Dark Forces, so maybe someday I'll have to mess with that. I'm sure I could get hold of it. I don't think it'll be as good as the first one. It looks... Early polygon games like that time period, I find them unappealing. Yeah, I've heard like the music to Quake since. I didn't even know it had it until like within the last couple of years. I don't think I missed anything by having it not work. It doesn't. It's not my cup of tea at all. But who am I to say like what people should and shouldn't like? But I'd certainly sooner listen to like Bobby Prince's music or like fucking Clint Bajarkian or whatever who did Dark Forces. Fantastic fucking job. Or Lee Jackson stuff. Or fucking whatever, basically. The Quake shit, I find it hard calling it actual music. But, like I say, to each their own. I can't really fathom why people enjoy this game so much. But I don't think the multiplayer is good. I agree. I'd rather multiplayer a build game than this. More fast paced. It's more controls better. it looks better, and it sounds better. I mean, it's not limited to 11 fucking kilohertz, which I still find weird. 11 kilohertz max and Sound Blaster only. I honestly didn't know that. It's really, really odd, like that it doesn't. I just, like I say, like no soundscape support, no past 16 support, so it'll fall back on the Sound Blaster mode in those. So, you know, all the common cards of the time, it just doesn't support anything but Sound Blasters. So, it's really odd. I mean, music cards obviously is irrelevant because it doesn't use MIDI Quake, but yeah, it definitely had a sizable multiplayer scene, Quake. I mean, obviously Quake 3 does, because it's just a multiplayer game. But I did get that to work, Quake 3 Arena. It runs on my K6. It runs quite slowly, but it does run. It's the only machine I've had run the thing. It does drag, though. It doesn't like it, but it's the only thing I've got that runs it. It runs sort of passably. Fucking, I mean, these are the same fucking people who, like, saw Doom running on the Saturn and asked to have the software renderer put on, even though it had, like, you know, full-on 3D rendering. Like, oh, put the shit software renderer back on, because that was so fucking efficient. You know, I'm going to start spamming that infographic I made, you know, with the whole fucking build engine, Doom engine, Jedi engine thing. I had like the milk float for fucking. Yeah, well, I haven't tried turning the graphics down too far on mine yet, so there's probably a bunch of shit I can turn off and it'll make it run faster. But I pretty much just turned everything up to the max, and I figured we'll just work from there. So it's something I'll have to mess with at some point. Obviously, I'm on a K6 too. I haven't got another K6 3 yet. And I don't intend to run a K6 3 permanently. I'd like to play with one just to see how much of an improvement it will make, but if I want to go faster than the K6-2, I will just use the Athlon. Although Quake 3 Arena doesn't run on there for whatever reason. I have tried. Just gives me the white screen shit, or just exits without doing anything. So yeah, I don't know what it is with id Games not working on systems I've built. Well, having said that, we established that Keen doesn't work on the ST PC, so I don't think it's systems I've built necessarily. It's just when I go near the game, they don't work. I did the thing with that, the Vertex lighting. It didn't really make that much improvement. I think it's probably something else that's dragging it down. Yeah, I've overclocked the K62 to like 600 megahertz before, just for shits and giggles. I can get it stable there, but I don't want to leave it there. It just, like I say, I'm happy with it where it is. It performs exactly as I want it to at like 500 megahertz. And with that Trident Blade card in as well, it's basically trouble-free. Of course, I've had to fix it now, thanks to being hit by authentic 90s fucking malware. In the K6 too, it's that Trident Blade T64 still, because it just runs everything I've thrown at it. It doesn't necessarily run it all that fast, but it runs it well enough. And the timing's perfect in like Atlantis and shit like that, so haven't found a better one to put in there yet. I was meddling with the sound card. I had like this fucking sound card I wanted to install, this fucking thing. Will it come out of there? Yes, it will. Yeah, tried to get that out of there. Install this bloody thing, and the CDs have fucking malware on, so pretty much totaled my Windows installation. Which is mighty nice of it. Is look at my floppy disk drive's broken in there, because, you know, it might have just synced the drive otherwise, but because it can't, it causes an error condition, and it's because it stuffs a fucking boot sector virus on the machine, which is really nice. And I'm not going to bother hunting out alternate drivers for this card. I can't be fucking bothered. Stick with the OR64, I guess. It's not been a good week for expansion cards, really, because I still need to get something running to test those VGA cards out. Because I didn't get those running because the fucking Showtime VLB doesn't like this fucking thing. I'm not putting that Peacock in here because I don't want to mess with my Windows install. It's hard to remove the Showtime, and I don't want to have to install Windows from scratch to test it out. It's time consuming on this machine. It's kind of awkward to set up. You know, and I can't run them in my fucking 486SX because the Showtime VLB doesn't like the 40 megahertz bus. It has issues at 33 megahertz, which, what was that? I can't remember now. It just doesn't like the motherboard, basically. And the Peacock doesn't work under Windows Chicago, which is fine. I can't begrudge it for that, because obviously, you know, it's not an officially released version of the OS, and that card has a very peculiar way of doing things. I've never seen another one that works that way, so I would like to get that running in something, if only just to play with it, because it's kind of a unique way of doing things. I've known other cards that do it later, but I've never known one that long ago that works that way. It doesn't use any special drivers. Instead, it uses a standard Sang ET4000 driver. And the capture interface is entirely software driven. It's entirely software driven, and it just seems to write directly over the frame buffer, which is really unusual. I've never known another one do that sort of shit. Like, there is no keying going on. Even ATI, where they do that and they write on the frame buffer with like their... Yeah, my tooth came off. With the TV Wonder. They still use keying to do that. This does not use keying at all, this card. It's entirely software driven. I mean, the software, it's doing it in hardware. The software's controlling the hardware on the card. But the software controls it entirely. It's not using any keying or anything. It's not just an odd way of doing it. I've never seen another card that works this way. No, I don't have a VLB Pentium board. I've never seen one come up, so I don't have one. And I don't have that much interest in getting one, but if I saw one, I'd consider it. Just for the sake of it bridging a gap for testing shit. I have a next-gen board, that's VLB. Turns out you can't run the PF versions of the chip in there. I don't own one, but now I won't, because there's no point in getting one, because it won't work in that motherboard. Also, howdy Junkyard W. And Showtime Plus won't work in the next-gen board, because the VL bus is too fast. And, yeah, the Peacock doesn't get on with it. So, what stubborn devices. Well, it is, but I don't mind plugging cards in it to test them. You know, if I know the card's not going to blow the system up, it was the first thing I had to hand with VLB in it, so it's like, oh, well, you know, there's stuff them in there, but yeah, they don't get along with it, those cards, as it turns out. The VL bus is too fast for them. So it was like 42.5 megahertz or so, wasn't it? It's a bit silly, really. really peculiar platform. I don't use that machine very much, just because it's not very good at anything. It has too many problems. Like, it's really interesting, but fucking hell, is it a pain in the arse to get things done on it. Just so many things don't run that really should. Yeah, it just doesn't work. But then you can't really. Yep, it's been 3 hours, but it's about to end. Like when I'm done rattling on about things, I guess. But yeah, the drivers for it are broken because they seem to think the card has an EEPROM to program the interrupt, and it doesn't. So I don't know how that's meant to work. That's just broken. The thing with Spear starting to fire GL and the fact that some ATI drivers later on, like, you know, it's as if the people who wrote the drivers didn't know the card they were writing them for. I also actually think it was probably the same fucking people, and that's why. Well, I don't know. If the K6 is the NX686, it was sure as shit an improvement. Because the K6 is really good. So, you know, I've never really had problems with K6 chips. I've had problems with really shit motherboards that they got put into. Because there were a lot of really, really cheap, crappy fucking motherboards that they got slammed into. But the CPUs themselves, I can't really flaw them. They work really well. They perform well. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the 686 itself wasn't like socket 7. AMD had to adapt it. But whatever they did to it, it turned out good. It turned out very good. So, you know, at least it wasn't a total loss. And I mean, the 586, you know, it did at least pioneer a few things that are just commonplace now. So in some ways they were ahead of the cars, but in a lot of ways they just missed the mark. Yeah, the NXVL may be an issue, but I don't know, the CPU seems to be missing a bunch of instructions. Like, you can't run Duke Nukem 3D on it. The drivers for the PAS 16, which definitely work on like 386s and shit as far as I'm aware. And they do, I've had them in a 386 machine that worked, at least from what I remember. I mean, I'll be finding out soon, because I'm going to install one in the C&T in place of that Sound Blaster. Mostly so I can hook a CD drive up to it and free up a slot for a network card. You know, they don't run on the NX586 properly. A lot of shit doesn't work. It's almost like a 32-bit 286 or something. It's weird. It's such a peculiar thing. Speaking of like 286s and shit, I have to play more Crystal Caves and Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure someday. I quite enjoyed playing those. I'll have to drag up the rest of those. Yeah, it does kind of suck that it's in its own boards. It sucks as well that the heatsink mount's different. It makes things a little bit difficult because they're usually missing heatsinks when you find them. And it's not like you can just be like, oh, I'll stick a socket 7 heatsink or a socket A heatsink. They don't fit. So you have to sort of manufacture. There's a lot of them I've seen where people have just twisted bits of wire over them. And it does run quite hot, so, you know, it doesn't seem to be very efficient. The volt reg on them gets really, really hot. Like, that really needs a fan on it. Yeah, it's just odd. They don't seem to have, like, the full instruction set there. It's a really oddball thing. It is kind of fascinating just to throw like one thing after another at it and see how it will break down in any given case, like what sort of fucking error message it's going to throw up. Yeah, you almost wonder if they rushed it, because I mean I've heard the PCI boards work better, but I don't have one, so I can't confirm that. And obviously, a lot of shit that I've read on the internet I find to be bullshit when I get around to testing it myself. So, you know, I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. But I've heard the PCI ones are better. And given they tried to make a 386 clone before and it failed, they must have been running out of money by then. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just rushed it to the market, like just get it out the door now. We'll finish it later. And that probably was the PCI boards where they actually got, you know, things to work, supposedly. But obviously without having one in my hands and testing it myself, I don't know if that's true. I really don't like going on other people's research that much, like when it's just written down somewhere, because like I say, so often I'll read this shit and then I'll get hold of the stuff myself and test it and find out that what's written is complete fucking trash. You know, the C&T is like slower accessing the FPU, and it's fucking not. And I know exactly how the guy misstepped when he tested it back then. Or the fucking Pentium overdrive for socket 4 is slower than the real Pentium at that speed, and it fucking isn't. It's pretty much the same fucking speed. You know, it's I've never seen a die shot of it, but somebody probably has one somewhere. I guess you'd have to like skim around the CPU world forums if somebody had taken one. Chips 38605 just sold a few days ago. I'm almost glad I didn't notice it, because I probably would have spent like the nigh on $300 on it that I don't have. And then I'd have had to get another peak motherboard and see if I could get it to run, so I'm kind of glad I missed it. Not likely to ever see another one. Because really, I can't afford that sort of shit. Especially not with me buying fucking roadsters. Yeah, maybe another one will show up sometime. Maybe I'll get it if it does. We'll see if I can get one to run. But there's always that chance it's going to blow up because nobody knows. Like, nobody's tested before. And they're a different pinout and they're a larger footprint. And I don't know if it really does fit in that board. Yeah, it mounts up, you know, you think, oh, these roadsters are only like 10 quid or so. But you buy a few things and it's like 3 fucking figures gone, you're like, crap. Oh, that's the fucking rent out the window. Not that I would have paid it anyway, but... fuck's sake, pay rent on this fucking building. Oh no, I've got to unblock that fucking sink tomorrow. I'm going to unblock it, but I'm not going to fix the leak. That's the council's job. It's only that I need it unblocked. I need that fucking thing. I know why it's happened. It's because they haven't installed it right. Oh, let's not file the bars out the end of the pipes. Let's have it run uphill. That's going to work fucking brilliantly. Rookie mistakes. And of course, it doesn't fuck over the contractor, it fucks over the person who lives in the building. And then you're like, can you come and fix this? No. Yeah, I got enough money to eat. I'm eating fine. Plus, I started eating pot noodles again, so, like, that helps, because they're pretty cheap. I don't think they're very good for you. They don't taste of anything anymore. I'm going to add my own salt to them. The flavour's like really weak compared to what it used to be. For that, I've smoked my taste buds into submission, which I guess is probably not that unlikely, but yeah, these things happen. At least I got my fucking roadsters. I've always wanted one ever since I was a kid. You know, I don't know why. It was just one of them things I always wanted. I guess everyone has something like that. It's just some random item you just never think of. I've just noticed I have to replace that at some point. That's low on the priorities list, but I'll make a note of it. Now, pot noodles don't burn through your stomach. I don't think they do anyway. I just don't think there's much of any nutritional value in it. It's basically just cardboard. Like, they're just noodles, like chicken and mushroom flavour in a plastic container, and you add boiling water and they just taste mildly of chicken and mushroom flavour. And not very salty anymore, which is shit, because I rather like salt. It's fix a lot of food with salt. It's like the things I've found over the years, you know, I'm shit at cooking, but if you add salt to things, it fixes it. If you add bacon to things, it fixes it. If you add cheese to things, it fixes it. Yeah, well, that wouldn't fucking surprise me. The food's full of a bunch of plastic anyway, isn't it now? Or so I'm told. It's not a scratch now, it's just a scuff mark. But yeah, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's China, after all. Well, what gets me is how pineapple chunks are packaged in a tin. And it's like, if you open the tin, they're made out of like more than one material, like more than one metal. And I guess you can see the problem here, because the juice is acidic. And so within seconds you get this black ring forms around the top of the juice. And then it starts turning the juice black. And it's like, right, yeah, because we've got a battery going on here. And it doesn't stop me, I just eat them out of the tin, but you've got to eat them quickly, because otherwise it does start tasting like really, really bad. It's like, I'm not sure this is right. It does warn you on the tin about it. It says, like, empty them immediately into a container. But, well, then I've got to wash a container out. If I just eat them out of the tin, I just throw the tin away when I'm done. I can't bother washing things out. Fuck that. Like, do you think I've washed the fork that I'm eating them with? No, I've taken it straight out of the pot noodle and stuck it in the pineapple chunks, because nobody else is eating off of that fork. Why should I clean it? Clean itself. It cleans it when I eat off it. Yeah, probably, but it likely costs more money, I guess, so they're not going to do it. So they have started using paper bags for things again. So I guess it's kind of cool, but I'm not sure if that's going to save on plastics usage. I think more studying needs to be done on that. Only time will tell, I suppose. It's kind of good. And they look better than the plastic ones as well. I don't use them because I didn't use the plastic ones either. I just carry my shopping one piece at a time. I'm not paying for fucking carry bags. Fuck that. I'm too tight-fisted to do that. Spend my money on better things. But yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here anyway because I'm fucking knackered. And I'll need energy for tomorrow if I'm going to play more of this. But on wrapping things in plastic, there's these chocolate chip cookies I buy. Probably, I figured I'd left that there for tomorrow because I've just finished the last of the pack I was eating. And, you know, sometimes it's cheaper to buy like a couple of these, but sometimes it's cheaper to buy like a multi-pack of them. And the thing is, the multi-pack is basically this packaging, but bigger. You know, it's like two longer, like, you know, packs of these. But there's the thing, you've got the outer plastic wrapper, and inside you have the inner plastic wrapper per set of cookies. And it's pretty thick it's like, fucking how many resources are you using? Like, even if you must put in a packaging, why not just use like a really thin film, like that shit they put over like boxes of chocolates or something? It'd be enough. But it's this really, really thick, heavy-duty plastic. Yeah, that does surprise me. I've never seen it sold in glass here. The only thing you will find in a glass container is like jam, like marmalade and stuff. And that's basically it. I'd be interested to see what happens with like the chip shop, because it used to be, and it doesn't taste the same since they stopped doing it. If you went and ordered like a bunch of chips, like as in, like, well, basically like fries but thicker, I guess. They used to just give you them in old newspaper. Like, that was how they did it. They'd take them out of the fryer, dump them in like some newspaper. Just like get a page of the newspaper, fold it in half, dump them in it, and hand it to you. And the grease had soak in the paper, you could see through it, and that's how you knew they were good. And then just pour loads of fucking salt and vinegar on the fucking things. And you can feel them clogging your arteries, but as long as you don't eat them too often, and it's fine, you know, you've got to treat yourself occasionally. And they stopped doing it because they decided, well, you know, there's like arsenic or cyanide in the ink of the newspaper. It's never harmed anyone, but you can't serve them like that. And also the paper might stick to the chips, and that's a health hazard. You know, someone could choke on that. Doesn't matter if the chips are green, you can serve them like that. But yeah, they can't do it now, so they serve them here in polystyrene. Which is like, well, I'm not sure that's very good. Well, yeah, but it made them taste better, and it never damaged anybody. That's the thing. Like, there is no reported instance that I'm aware of anybody being poisoned by that ink. Like, you would have to eat so much. Like, I don't doubt it probably has cyanide in it, but so does fucking everything. Like, if you strip down bread, it's probably going to have a bunch of arsenic and shit in it. But there's no way it's enough to actually fuck you up. You have to eat such a huge quantity of it, and then by then it's going to probably kill you through other mechanisms. You know, it's like the tap water, I'm pretty certain has some amount of mercury in it or something, but like, you would have to drink gallons of it, and by then you're just going to get water poisoning long before whatever toxin is in there is going to do anything. The chlorine that's in it fucks you up though, because I mean, it comes out the tap green around here. Like, it rusts like cutlery within hours. It's actually at holes in the sink. You know, it just smells and tastes like bleach. You don't need to use bleach to clean the shitter around here. It just cleans itself because of the tap water. Well, anything's poison if you eat too much of it. I don't know. I'm not dialing that phone number. I don't want to find out. It could be fucking anything by now. But yeah, I'm definitely burling. You know, I need to sleep, and I've got somewhere to be in a few hours. And like I say, I may come back like tomorrow and play more of this game. Maybe have that Cyrix board working would be nice. You know, because I did want to use that for this. It would have been nice to, but yeah, well, can't always choose these things, and that's why I always make sure I have more than one machine on hand for just such an occasion, because something will always go wrong. That's why I made sure I had 3 that could run the game. So, yeah, fucking hell, man. It fucking works. A long time since I've had to do that. I don't miss it, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see how things fucking go next time around. I don't see the game improving. I'm probably just going to get really, really angry at it, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.